fantastic and fabulous Friday morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone. Welcome to Singapore Online English Toastmaster Club. I'm Alicia Chia, and today I'm SG Online Acting Sergeant at Arms. This meeting will be recorded. So, some simple protocol we all need to follow. When you are not speaking, please mute yourself in respect of the speaker. And the button to mute yourself is on the bottom left-hand side of the PC. Now, the other thing is that all of you beautiful people, because it's recorded, you may be shy. And if you're really feeling very shy, it's okay to switch off your video. And if you have overcome your nervousness, I encourage you to switch on your video so that we can see you and everyone can enjoy the meeting. Now, Mr. Zoom Master, back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, district officers, fellow Toastmasters, friends, to our chapter meeting tonight. Friends call me Hot Mama. Am I not hot? Am I not hot? Well, because I loved dancing to keep fit. I love singing to improve my vocal variety. And I love to read to gain my knowledge. Tonight's theme is discernment. It is an ability to notice the fine points, to judge something well, to understand and comprehend. Notice the distinctive details, whether at work, social circle or clubs. It is nice to meet or know someone with a discerning heart. As our speakers, evaluators, appointment holders, members and friends took their precious time to attend the meeting tonight, shall we give each other a warm round of applause? There are three main parts of the Toastmasters Club meeting. The first part will be the table topics session to challenge you to develop your impromptu communication skills. Members and guests are encouraged, of course, to take part in the table topics. The second part will be the prepared session. We have three speakers who are presenting their projects tonight. The third part is the speech evaluation and feedback segment, which is an important part of our Toastmasters speech. Our Sergeant at Arms is a happy-go-lucky person who enjoys life, aims to live in the moment, create memories and enjoy the journey more than the destination. Her hobbies are playing the saxophone, digital photography, sports, and being a tourist within her country. She is the lady who just opened up the meeting and is distinguished Toastmaster, Alicia Chia. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Alicia. To help us ensure that we speak within the allocated time is our timer. She is our VPPR and hails from Australia. She is Distinguished Toastmaster Lee Buckley. May I ask the timer, Lee Buckley, to at least tell us about your role?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. My role is to keep track of time and to report at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. I will introduce the rest of the appointment holders when we get to the respective segments. To commence the meeting, let us now put our hands together to welcome the club president, Distinguished Toastmaster Willie Low, to give us his opening address. Willie, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Madam Toastmaster. Where was the last time you heard the word discernment in ethical decision making, if ever? It is time that leaders take a good hard look and the distinct roles that discernment must play in their decision making. Discernment that take practice inside committed and are reliably follow through. Discernment is wisdom based, not just knowledge based. Discernment is a process of thought based on circumstances, options, meaning, implications, and motivation. The key elements of discernment is not to let one emotion dictate one judgment or behavior. Emotion clouds one judgment, sensitiveness, and cause and effect of the decision-making process. Another key element of being discerning is to embrace integrated and have come to a sense of peace with one's value foundation. That is the heart of discernment process. Who, what, and where are the important points of knowledge, but the why is the focus point of discernment. One may know what happened, but until one to be the best of one ability knows why, any decision may be jeopardized or be wrong. Discernment is a learned skill that focuses on the process of reflection on the foundation of being a value-based and principle-driven leader. Where are you in this process? Over back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Now comes the moment that we are all waiting for, which is the table topics session. To provide us with a challenge for today's table topics session is a member of our club. He is Distinguished Toastmaster Patrick Guilford, who is also doing this segment as part of his active listening project. The evaluator for this is Thomas Chan. May I ask the evaluator to explain his project? Thomas?
Right. Sorry, because in the website, right, there's no evaluation form. So maybe Patrick.
He's using the table topics as his active listening project.
Okay, that I will be actively listening to evaluate how he do table topics project then.
That's good.
All the best, Patrick.
Let us welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Patrick Guilford, please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that warm welcome. And people who attend Toastmasters, especially the members and guests, they really anticipate the table topic session of a meeting. Sometimes it has the nickname of the dessert portion of the meeting, but usually we eat our main course first and we have our dessert second. But in Singapore English Online Toastmasters, it's a little different. Table topics comes first. So basically table topics for the purpose of the guest, table topics is the impromptu session. And I want to give a disclaimer. This is not an ordinary table topics this night. In this, we have agreed, the planning committee, we have agreed to roast our president. We're going to roast him. So half of the questions will be devoted to roasting Willie, and half of the questions will just be normal questions. And I did my best to try to connect them to the theme of discernment. So what I will do, okay, so I see someone has their hand up. I think that means this person wants to go first. And I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm not going to show the template because I think it slows things down. And in fact, I'm not even going to give the person a choice, a random choice. I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm just going to go and choose for you. Many clubs do that way. So here's your question. I believe Alicia chose first. So if you want to speak, at the bottom of your Zoom, you will see reactions. Is that where I click it for the hand signal? So if you want to speak, just click on the hand signal and I will see who you are and I'll do my best to write you down. Okay, so Alicia, question number 1. It is a known fact that energy drinks like Red Bull and Monster give people an extra push of energy they need when getting a task done. In Willie's case, after getting the results of a blood test at the hospital, the doctor said to him, "Willie, we have something strange to report to you. You are metamorphosing into a bull." What is your opinion about energy drinks, Alicia?
Good evening, club president, members and guests. What is my opinion on energy drinks? Well, when I was younger, I was actively involved in sports. I still am. But when I was younger, the body was not well developed. So naturally, I needed a boost. And where did I go for it? Red Bull, of course. Red Bull works. And once you take it, you're hooked to it. It's like addiction. Just like some people have addiction to coffee, they need to drink 3 cups. So whenever I had tournaments, I had to drink it. It just gave me a placebo effect, the psychological effect that I'm stronger now, just like a bull. And when I was younger, I was pretty small, petite. So the psychological effect helped me to win trophies in matches. So it's a good thing. But now that I'm more developed, as you can see, rounder everywhere, I have sufficient energy built up already, or rather from the fats, which can be converted to energy. So now I do not really need energy booster. It's self-developed from internally. But back to about Willie using energy drink. I think it has rekindled my interest in energy drinks since our SG meetings are always so long and I still need the boost and the psychological strength to complete the marathon distance. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you very much, Alicia. I can only imagine when you were younger how the pressure that you're under to perform well, and that's why energy drinks really give that extra boost. Okay, Vikas. Okay, Vikas. Am I pronouncing your name right? Vikas? Vikas. Okay.
You are, yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Your baud rate is a little slow, but here's a question I have for you. This is not a roasting question, so Willie can take a breath of relief. Okay. Discernment is the ability to judge well and make informed decisions. With so much fake news going around social media about COVID-19, what advice would you give someone in how to be factually informed about the pandemic?
Fellow Toastmasters, Table Topics Master, and guests. This is a very interesting question. For the last many years, we've heard a lot about fake news. And what I suggest is you have to be very discerning about what news channels you consume. You know, Facebook has become one of the most popular sources for news. What I would suggest is Facebook is also the most popular source of fake news. So what we need to do is to be very careful about where we are getting our information. I would suggest looking at perhaps your government sites for the news that you have. Look at reputable news channels. Look at websites like WHO's website, World Health Organization, and be very cautious about simply accepting the news that you hear as the whole truth. Be very discerning. And there is no reason not to question what you are hearing. So accept the information, question the information, be discerning, and then make a decision as to whether that is true or fake. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Vikas. I think that's great advice that you gave. You said to go to the government sites, especially WHO. But the problem is, though, I suppose, is if depending upon the country you're in, especially the south of the border of Canada, that could be problematic, I suppose. Okay, any other volunteers? Please click on the reaction. Okay, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Ina? Is that correct? Okay, Ina, can somebody unmute her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Ina, you're a member, right?
No, I'm not the member of Singapore Online, but I'm the member of the other club. Yeah.
Okay, so Ina, I'm going to just write your name down here for a second. Give me a moment. Okay. Oops. That's not the one. Here we go to. Okay, here's the question I have for you. It is really difficult for young people these days to make informed decisions about their future. How would you encourage a middle school age boy or girl? How can you encourage them to study hard when they don't like studying. So again, it's difficult for them to make informed decisions like how to study. Should I study? What's the value of studying? How would you encourage them to study hard?
Thank you, Patrick, for the opportunity to speak. So it's difficult to judge from the point of child, or maybe not child in some extent, but from a young adult, like a middle school human. So, but imagining if we were in their age, what would be the main thing that would motivate us to study? Let's think. For me, personally, it was always a challenge to study something that I don't understand and that helps me succeed. But when we are young, can we be sure about what will help us succeed in the future? Certainly no. That's why if I was in my middle school ages, I would definitely go after some of my friends who seem authorities for me. And if they lead by their example, by studying hard and by achieving some success in terms of school, they would definitely influence me and help me study better too. So I think the best way to encourage a young adult in school to study harder is to give him a good example, but not about someone of your friends, but rather a person who is a friend of him. And not to be very instructive, just be a friend to him. Thank you.
That's great advice. So there are two takeaways you gave to recommend that they follow the example of a friend. So basically get a mentor. Great advice. Okay, let's see here. Eva. No, not Eva. That's evaluation too. What am I doing? God. Margaret.
As evaluator too, yes.
Yeah, I know. That's bad me. Okay, just give me a second here, Margaret.
Give me an easy one, okay?
Okay. I have a good one for you. This is a roasting question. Okay. Where I come from, it is said that a person who likes to speak too much can speak the legs off a horse. It's kind of like Irish expression, speak the legs off a horse. Certainly, they had Willie in mind when this expression was made. In your opinion, what is the best way to deal with a speaker who has clearly gone overtime, speaking too much? How should we deal with them in Toastmasters?
Good evening, Club President. Good evening, all my friends from SG Online and all my friends overseas as well as in Singapore. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Well, we always get that, don't we? Somebody who speaks a tad too long, a tad too much, and a tad too tangent off about the sun, the moon, and the stars. And it was just yesterday that I mentioned to some young Toastmasters that we never interrupt a Toastmaster in the middle of his speech. That would be bad manners. But yet we need to remind him that time is running out and time is precious for everyone. So friends, let's cut to the chase. So what I would recommend is for us to all smile at the Toastmaster, and if he can't see us, that we can bell the Toastmaster, and if he can't hear us, and we can always say something like, "Happy birthday, Toastmaster." That may startle him and that may stop him. And I think particularly well, it will work on a day when the Toastmaster who speaks too much has a meeting on the day of his birthday. Don't you all agree? Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Wow, I really love your advice. Basically, it's using body language to give the hint. So if everyone were to smile at the same time. Okay. Who else would like to speak? Who else would like to speak? I can pick you too. Don't be surprised. But if I do pick you and you're so mortified and you don't want to speak, you can pass. You can say, oh, I will pass. But we are Toastmasters. We stand up to the task. Okay, I have someone in mind. I think since we don't have a volunteer, I would like to ask Gerald Ong. Gerald Ong. Can you hear me?
Good morning, potato. Good morning, Mr. Tomato is here.
Okay, good morning. Good day, I should say good evening. Here we go. Let's see. Wait a moment. Oh.
Thomas, can I ask Thomas to choose a question for me?
Okay, just wait. That's number 4. Number 5. Here we go. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. This is another roasting question. Okay. Now, I hope you're familiar with Star Wars. Everyone, do you know a little bit about Star Wars? Okay. Do you know what a Sith Lord is?
No.
It's like Darth Vader or Darth Sidious. Okay. Here's the question. Have you heard that Disney is thinking about creating a Star Wars series for TV? There's only one problem. They are having difficulty finding someone to cast as a new Sith Lord. They need look no further because Willie has been staying up for so long that his humor is even too dark for Darth Vader. If you were to play a really dark trick on Willie, a dark trick, what kind of trick, Gerald, would you play on Willie?
Okay. Morning, fellow tomatoes. If we want to play a dark trick, sometimes we have to think about what kind of tricks, what kind of elements or surprises does Patrick want to play on Willie. Because sometimes or not, Angela will be lost in the world of language, especially being like jump in the hockey, monkey, donkey, jockey from all over the place and find the way where the tomato will be just nice at him. Because every time when we had the tomato and the pumpkin day, because his birthday forms on the last day of the month. And when you have the pumpkin day, right? What's that pumpkin day? In coming in a few months, they have the end of the day of the 31st in a few months' time. So he falls on the months where there is 31 days. So matter of time, before the researcher Buckley will want to research more on more things to find a nice element of surprise to create the dark trick. Yes, of course. Tomatoes is not the only thing. You need to find a way to make everybody go bananas after that. Because life is just not beyond being bananas. It's all about what is the kind of trick. I wouldn't say what's the trick I would like to play, because today is his birthday. I spare him the trouble. But remember, because sometimes tomato, potato, bananas, chicken, turkeys are all the things that everybody will savor on the last day of the year and in the last day of the month. Because when you add his days, 3 and 1 becomes a 4. And number 4, and he can be the number 4 of everybody. Because when you things also eat in 4, you also eat in 4. Why do I mean by eating in 4? Because you need to have systems, you need to be thinking, And working, yes. Because just staying safe is the best. And don't pull a fast one. Just keep things simple, because the more you overthink, the more bananas you become. And I hand back to the banana table topic master.
Play it safe. I don't know. I was never one for playing it safe. I remember putting a whoopee cushion under my grade 6 teacher's cushion on her chair. Let's see here now. Any volunteers? Okay. Any volunteers? If not, I'm going to choose someone. Okay. Yes, I see. No, I don't see a volunteer. Okay. I'm not using the chat because I would like people to either physically put up their hand. Okay. Ina, you spoke though, didn't you? You want to go again? Really? Okay.
If no one wants to, then I can. But if anyone wants to, so I'm okay with that.
I will get back to you. I'm gonna pick on a guest, and then I'll keep you in mind. Amos.
Okay, sure.
Amos. Amos. Hello, Amos.
Hi.
Okay, Amos, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, this is not a roasting question. So the power of discernment, the power to choose something. So bacon cheeseburger or veggie burger with soy-based bacon. Amos. Bacon cheeseburger or veggie burger with soy-based bacon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Table Topics Master, sorry. Personally, I would prefer a real bacon burger. But I know I'll be offending like the vegetarians and vegans, I suppose. So why a real bacon burger? I would say I just like the taste of it, the juiciness of the burger, and with a soy-based burger, I don't think I can get the same kind of fulfillment. Yeah, but that's just my personal preference, and I totally agree or approve of people who like the soy-based burger. I find that soy-based products don't really sit well with my stomach, and I would prefer, to eat a regular, to savor a regular bacon burger any day over a soy-based one. And if you prefer the other type of burgers, different flavors of burgers, I totally get you. Everyone has their own preferences, and I think we should stick to our own personal taste, and there's no right or wrong in whatever you enjoy to eat. Just eat and stay happy. Okay, back to you, Mr. Tables Topics Master.
Okay, thank you very much, Amos. And so you said that they don't agree with you, the soy-based, and I tend to agree with you. I've tried a lot of soy milk, and I sometimes get bad stomach. Any volunteers? Any volunteers? Okay, Angela. Okay, Angela. Just wait a second. I'm going to write your name here, Angela. And let me go to the next question here. Okay, another roasting question. Willie loves strong coffee, but we don't see him drink it in front of the camera, of course. He makes it so strong that you can slice it. His hobby is now making coffee cake. In your opinion, what Starbucks coffee resembles Willie's personality?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster Patrick. This is a very complicated question. I think I'll try and dissect it into the kind of coffee I think Willie needs, which is a coffee which keeps him awake, since he's often talking late at night. So I would think he would go for a black double espresso coffee. However, he's shaking his head, so that can't be right. So perhaps he's decided to go for decaffeinated coffee. Now, why don't I ask Willie, since he's here? I can go to the guru himself. Willie, which coffee do you like?
Kopi O kosong.
I prefer cafe latte.
Cafe latte. Well, that's a wonderful choice. You all know now what to buy for Willie if you take him out for coffee. He likes the cafe latte. Now, cafe latte is Italian, which shows that he's a linguist. And you will have to be a linguist as well if you go to an Italian espresso bar and ask for a cafe latte for Willie. The question is, how many can you drink? Now, my doctor told me that if I couldn't sleep at night, I should stop drinking coffee at lunchtime, and I should have one at breakfast time, one for 11s, and decaf at lunchtime. And I followed that religiously, and I'm still doing it. But I think that Willie is a law unto himself, and if he likes cafe latte, it's got milk in it, and milk keeps you going. So I think that's probably a very good choice. And if I were with Willie, I'm the person who wrote the book on etiquette, I would probably order the same coffee to keep him company. I suggest you all do the same. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Back to you, Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Angela. And you certainly, you cannot go wrong with milk. How many of you have had your mothers give you hot milk when you were growing up, trying to help you to sleep? I don't know. Okay, any other volunteers? Okay, any other volunteers? We have I have two screens here now. Any other volunteer? Yeah, okay, I see a person. And let me see, how do I get the pronunciation? Vashanthi? Is that correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Vashanthi, okay. Vashanthi. Okay, let me choose one for you.
Easy one for me because this is my first Toastmaster club.
Okay, don't worry. Actually, you're lucky. This one is pretty easy.
Okay.
Okay, so here we're talking about coffee. We're on a coffee tangent here. Okay. So caffeine-free coffee is like chocolate-free chocolate. One more time. Caffeine-free or decaf coffee is like chocolate-free chocolate. What do you think of this?
Good evening and good morning, everyone. And thank you, Toastmaster for this topic. And I'm not sure about whether I have understand the topic clearly, but I can whatever I have understand, I'm trying to put my thoughts here. So the first thing is coffee, coffee without caffeine, right? So I don't feel it will be that much tasty, because we in India, for refreshment, for if we work for long hours, we go for short break, that will refresh our mind. So we feel like, okay, we feel in some refreshment after long hours of work, and so it will give some refreshment to us, and also it will increase our means thoughts, some kind.
Hello?
Yeah. Actually, nothing coming into my mind. I'm actually first time, right?
You're doing fine.
Okay.
You're doing fine. Are you finished?
Yeah, I finished.
Okay, you're doing fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
So yes, it is true. It's good. It is good for health, and it has been proven. If you drink no more than 2 or 3 cups a day, it's good for health. Okay. Any other people would like to speak? Any other people would like to speak? I see someone here I would like to ask. I know this person very well, and he knows me. Okay. I'm going to ask Canon Sankara. Okay, hello, Canon. How are you? Okay, can someone unmute Canon?
Hey, how are you, Patrick?
I'm very good. I hope you're having a good day.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Here's a question. Are bad decisions make good stories? So, I mean, we're talking about discernment, and the theme is discernment. Sometimes people don't have good power of discernment. So, bad decisions make good stories. Would you please comment on this?
Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Bad decisions. Trust me, I am the master of making bad decisions. I have done that in my life so many times. I have moved from Muscat to Australia. In Australia also, in many places, I was in Sydney, I was in Adelaide, I was in Brisbane, I was from Sydney, I migrated to US. When I had a nice job in Australia, Sydney, working on a Reserve Bank of Australia with no tension, morning 8 to 5 full job. When my wife was settled in a very good job, I made a decision thinking, oh, US is a heaven. I need to migrate to US. I did not think at that time about the hardship that my family would have faced, my wife would have faced. I had decided, oh, US is a heaven. I need to be there. I should not be in Australia. Guess what? It backfired. That decision has backfired. That is an example. I would have been more happier in Australia. I would have been more happier. My wife was settled there. She would have been more happy. After coming here, we have to start from the scratch. We had a nice house, everything we have to do here. You know how US works. Everything is very difficult to get it, but we survived. Bad decisions. I had done enough without thinking. Even sometime I think pros and cons, but rightly make the wrong decisions. So these are the things I have experienced. I can talk. Yeah, I can talk for 18 to 20 minutes, bad decisions, but today that may be for another day. Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master, for giving me an opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Canon. I can relate to you. I'm probably the emperor of bad decisions. Okay, let me ask another person here, Noriko. Noriko. Okay, Noriko. Let me get one for you.
Okay, easy one for me, please.
You have a roasting one.
Roasting? Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Did you hear the news? I was so surprised. Willie broke his arm in 2 places.
Ooh.
Don't you think he should stop going to these places?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's a dad joke. If you were to break your right hand,
okay.
How would you do the things you need to do during daily life? How would you do the things you need to do?
How do I? Okay. If I break my right hand is I think more important than left hand because I'm right hand writing person. So I would do, how can we do? I ask someone, maybe friends or family to help me. Yeah, of course, the first thing, but nobody can with me 24 hours, 7 days a week. So first, I will take a day off at home, at work, and I stay home, and I ask the online shopping, grocery shopping, and I eat prepared meals, and I stayed cooler room, and I don't take shower, and and let's see, and yeah, I might wear same clothes because I cannot change clothes, only one left hand, and that's all I can imagine. Not too much, sorry.
Okay, thank you
back
very
to,
much.
yeah, back to Patrick.
That's a tricky question, and I think
Yeah.
yes, stay at home. You would probably need to do some training in how to maneuver, put on clothing with, and how to button up. So yeah,
Right.
it would take some training. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
I was informed that we don't have enough time for any more speakers. This is creative. It took a little longer than I expected, but that's okay. I really enjoyed your answers, and thank you for allowing me to be your table topics master. And I turn control back to our Toastmaster of the day. And please vote. Please
Before
vote.
that, can I have the timers report, please?
Madam Table Topics Master, I have posted the timings in the chat box. Everyone qualified for voting?
Okay. May I get everyone to vote, please? We are all done. Give you another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. We end this voting. We shall now take a break for 10 minutes and we'll come back after 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. See you later. Switch on their video. Everyone, including guests, everyone. Thank you so much.
Wow, we can see Lee.
Yes, everyone, please switch on your video. We like to see you. We like to see all your beautiful, handsome faces. Tonight is a very, very special segment. Can I have everyone unmute as well? Unmute yourself if you can. Or Zoom Master, please unmute everyone. Guest Amos.
Are we recording? Can we make sure this is recorded, Zoom Master?
It is recorded. Guest Amos, Speaker Kanan, Sarah, Rihanna, Vasanthi, Jianfeng, Shanshan, please switch on your video. Wow, that's beautiful. Some more, Sarah, Kanan, Jianfeng, Rihanna, Shanshan.
Yeah, where's the strawberry?
We
Where's the
have
strawberry?
Vilas. There's a Vikas or Vilas.
PC2 also.
Yeah, please. it's a special segment. May I please ask everyone to switch on your video? May I have your cooperation, please? Thank you.
Yeah. I see PC2 do not send any message also, that one.
PC2. Speaker Kanan, are you able to switch on your video? Thank you. How about Sarah? Basanti, Basanti. No, I can't see you. Chen Feng, before we continue, please cooperate. Thank you so much.
I think someone said that they can't because they're on a mountain.
Okay, those who can't, we can't help.
Yeah, I think some of them are not able to switch on. It's okay. We can.
Oh, she's
Answer is
okay.
not.
Yeah,
Is it time for
Toastmaster of the
the?
day. Can you see me, Hirali? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you.
We can.
Thank you. Making sure. Thank you.
All right.
Ah.
Now, can I ask our members to please turn on your virtual background? I have to disappear because I don't have the green screen. So please switch on your virtual background.
Oh.
How do we do that?
Uh,
I'm quite new to this.
Okay.
we need to download the picture.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to send you a picture.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
going to send.
Okay,
No,
please
okay.
do.
Who needs my picture?
Buckley,
Happy birthday.
Buckley, you're going to eat that, right?
Are you okay, all of us?
There's your supper,
We have
right,
our
Buckley?
I don't have the picture.
Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Okay,
Let me show you first.
Yeah,
Hang on.
yeah,
Is
me
that a
too.
sushi? Is that sushi?
Look. See, Willie? This is just for you.
Wow.
Oh,
And
Okay,
so
this as
toys.
well.
I have a toy. Okay. Here you go,
Willie,
Willie.
Willie, this is for you. Where's Willie?
Where's Willie?
Willie,
Free Willie.
Willie.
yeah, really got his cake. Yes.
Oh.
He
I'm
took his
scared
cake
of
out.
fire, so I'm using torchlight. Sorry.
It's okay, Willie. Willie, this is specially for you. It's your birthday. So I'm going to ask CJ Lee help start the birthday. Thank you.
Wait. Let everyone to be ready first.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, wait.
could you please send the picture into the chat because I don't see it.
Actually, it's very nice. Can someone take a screenshot? You know, it's...
No, not yet. I don't have a background yet.
Oh, okay.
Me neither. Yeah.
I have my bear and my cake and then my candles melting.
And I have the beer. Give the man a tiger.
I have mine as well. Look.
One moment.
With me.
Oh, Sapporo, ah.
I see a tiger.
Yeah, and I'm the serviettes. I'm the serviettes to clean.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Is
Oh
that
my.
like whiskey?
Oh no, I'm a
Hey,
girl. I don't.
Who's
drink.
taking the photo?
Hold on, my
I did.
candle. Hold on.
Quick.
Hurry up,
My-
my candle is burning up.
My
candle.
my moose is drunk.
Yeah, hurry up. The tomato is very
CJ,
bored.
take it away.
CJ, do it quick.
Okay,
CJ,
CJ.
CJ.
DJ, okay, let's sing a happy birthday song to Willie. Okay, let's sing together, everyone.
Can see your screen.
No.
Okay, yes.
Hey. You never share your song, uncle.
No music.
Wow.
Uncle never share your song.
Yeah.
Stop share first.
Stop share.
No, we go view options, share computer song.
Okay. I stop share first.
Stop share.
Cannot
Then
hear,
you reshare. Cannot.
hear the sound.
Buckley, you are going to burn your cake.
I know my cake.
I think
That candle is very short.
It is very short now.
Tiramisu
Okay.
for president.
I
This
love
is
tiramisu.
chocolate Bavarian president,
Oh.
Mr. President.
He gets to see, but you get to taste.
Yes.
Then you
I
get
have to do
describe
quality
it to him,
control for
to
him.
all of us.
This is what I get for a member.
This is liquid cake.
Okay, let's-
Liquid cake.
Yeah. Oh.
Thomas, your face card.
birthday to
Woohoo!
Ooh, are you ready for the Chinese? 祝你生日快乐.
Yes.
祝你生日快乐 ah. Let's play a Chinese one. Let's sing along with the Chinese lyrics.
I'm so confused.
Okay, wait, let's sing together one more time.祝你生日快乐，祝你身体健康，万事如意，祝你发财新年好，祝你生日快乐，祝你身体健康，祝你万事如意，祝你发财新年好。Ooh, are you ready for the Malay? Selamat Hari Jadi. Let's sing together. Selamat Hari Jadi.
Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi.
Selamat Hari Jadi.
Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi. Selamat Hari Jadi.
Okay, let's have the Japanese song now. And this is Hanjo Omedeto.
Right.
Hanjo Bi Omedeto. Hanjo Bi Omedeto. Okay, let's have the Korean version. Sanli Chuka Hamnida.
Okay, I don't have the video, but I'm gonna play
Patrick
the
can sing.
audio.
Sanli Chuka
보다 더 밝게 가장보다 용감하게 Happy birthday to you 생일 축하합니다 생일 축하합니다 내 친구야 불고기 내 살아요 생일 축하합니다 생일 축하합니다 지구의 어둠 속에서 제일 사랑합니다 꽃보다 더 곱게 달보다 더 밝게 가자보다 용감하게 Happy birthday to you 생일 축하합니다 생일 축하합니다 달받은 내 친구야 꿈하게 사세요 달받은 내 친구야 뚝뚝 살아요
Happy birthday. Sanli Chuka Hamnida. And this is the cake for Willie.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Blow your candle, Willie, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Happy birthday, Willie.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Willie.
Close your
Happy
eyes.
birthday.
Close your eyes and make your
Willie,
wish.
close your eyes and make a wish.
Yes.
I will hand over the cake to you.
I will hand over the cake to you too. Please blow it out. Please blow it
Virtual
out.
Blow the candle.
Virtual beer for you.
Willie is good at blowing.
Let's have
Okay.
a toast.
Toast.
Let's have a toast.
Give the man a tiger.
Yes,
Oh, drinking
Willie.
apple.
Give the man a tiger.
Yeah. Here's a tiger girl.
Tiger.
Tiger girl.
Right, let's toast. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Willie.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Willie.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
You forgot the Cantonese version.
You know how to sing, Lee?
Yes, yep. 恭祝
you should
你
sing
福
for
壽
us.
與天齊，喜賀新快樂，
Sounds so different.
年都有今日，歲歲都有今朝，恭喜你，恭喜你。
I only know lay.
Really, everything is going to be fantastic for you from today and forever.
What
What ah?
What ah?
Yeah, I wear red. I wear red for today.
And I wear pati. You know, pati, shining.
Yeah.
The Jennifer
Glittering,
green
glittering.
borders, Jennifer.
Very shining, huh? Very shining, huh?
Hey, do belly dance, do belly dance. We really like to see belly dance.
Cannot. Hey.
Okay, for you, Willie.
Oh, Alicia want to do belly dance.
Cannot lah, so fat already.
Thomas.
Tummy dance.
Thomas, if you want to see belly button, please ask your other half, okay? Okay, we shall continue.
Let's have a group photo before we resume.
All right. Yes,
Yeah,
let's
we
have a
didn't
group
have- we
picture.
didn't do a group photo.
Group photo. Can I
Everybody?
ask everyone to switch on your video, please? Switch on your video, Caleb, Jenfeng, Shanshan. Oh, Shanshan cannot. Okay, shall we take a photo first, then later with some signs, okay? Who is taking the photo?
I'll take.
Okay, great. So you count.
Okay. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, smile. First page.
Okay.
Okay, that's first page. Okay, second page. Just fold that smile. Wait. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, hold that smile. Okay, third page. Hold, keep holding that smile, that lovely smile.
Finding.
Okay, done.
Finding
3 pages.
chocolate.
Thank you. We shall carry on with the speech segment. We are done with the first speaker, which was Patrick. Now we're going on to the second speaker, who will be doing his pathway presentation mastery level 5. Prepare to speak professionally. The evaluator for this project is Margaret Lowe. May I ask Margaret to please tell us about his project, his purpose statement.
Okay.
Margaret.
Hi, good evening. Kanat, your project is to prepare to speak professionally. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. That's it. His purpose statement is just that. And the timing sequence is 18 to 22 minutes. So on the 18th minute, the green light will be on. On the 20th minute, the amber light will be on. On the 22nd minute, the red light will be on. And thereafter, you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. I look forward to your speech, Kanan. Over to you.
Thank you, Margaret. The title of the speech is Do It Today. Our speaker is living in Baltimore, MD with his wife, Janaki Kannan. He loves to travel. They have a son who's studying in Johns Hopkins. He started the Toastmasters journey late 2012, and he would like to improvise his speaking skills. Let us welcome our speaker, distinguished Toastmaster, Kannan Sankari. Kannan, please.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for introducing me, Madam Evaluator for telling me the speaking objectives, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. This is a pandemic situation. This is a pandemic situation where we are going through difficult situation. Imagine in this situation, everybody needs money. Think that there is some money which credits our account each morning with $86,400. 86,400 Singapore dollars. How do you like it? But there is a catch. It carries over no balance from day to day. It will not allow you to keep any cash balance, and every morning cancels whatever part of the amount you have failed to use during that day. What would you do? You would go to the shopping complex and buy everything and draw out every cent, of course, is it not? Well, everyone has such a bank. Its name is time. Every day morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night, it writes off as lost whatever of this we have failed to invest for good purposes. It carries over no balance. It allows no overdraft. Each day, it opens a new account for us. Each night, it burns out whatever is left. If we fail to use the day's deposit, the loss is ours. There is no going back. There is no drawing against tomorrow. There is no advance. You must live on present. So invest it wisely so that to get the best. You need to invest to get the best health, best happiness, and best success. That's what I prayed for Willie today as is his birthday. The clock is running. Make the most of today. If to realize the value of 1 year, you ask a student who failed in a grade. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave a birth to a premature baby by 1 month. To realize the value of 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask the lovers who are eager to meet in the Singapore park. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person from New York who missed the train. To realize the value of 1 second, ask a person who is driving in Baltimore who just avoided the accident by a split of a second. To realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask a person who won a silver medal in an Olympic just because of 1 millisecond. Treasure every moment that you have. And treasure it because you share it with someone special enough to spend your time. And remember, time waits for no one. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is mystery. Today is a gift. That is why it is called as present. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, having worked in the IT field for the last 30 years and managing large-scale mega project, I always thought I am great in the time management skills. My wife and I are always punctual to any social gatherings, school, or any other event that we attended. We were known for our punctuality in our community. For me, time is very important and it needs to be tracked. Whenever I traveled, I was there in the airport few hours before the time. I would love to see Singapore airport. Many times I would go round and round by going early. I would go there, complete all formalities and sit in the gate and wait. I would rather go earlier and wait than being late. However, my concept of time management changed when my son made me to look at it from a different perspective. He told me time management is not just coming early or finishing early. It also means effectively using the time. When we travel, my son will join us at the airport exactly in time to board the flight. He used to sit in the seat within the aeroplane and take care of his work, not sitting idle. If he always does something, some work, some lab work or some school work, something or other he was doing. I still cannot change the habit of being early means just first to the social event or being early at the airport hours before takeoff. But I have changed to effectively use those time. Whenever I am at the airport, I take the work or I will write the Toastmasters speeches and ready to edit it. Time management is not just about being in time, but how effectively you use it. That's why I joined Toastmasters. I get the feedback and I use it effectively. Fellow Toastmasters, I would say, please invest your time wisely. It is an investment for the future. If you invest very well, you will succeed. I want to show you a story. You know what? In Asia, especially in India or in China, and I have also seen in other cultures, they always tell the moral by telling a story. That story always register in our mind, and we will be able to relate that. So I'm going to tell you a story. A king, you know that king will come in the hearts and he will always visit his kingdom every day. He was seeing a man always sleeping. He asked, why don't you do some work and earn? That man said, no one give me a job. They think that I never complete any time properly. Why can't you do business? I don't have money. I need some money to do the business. Okay, you can go to my treasury and collect as much as wealth you want. Remember, this is available only until sunset today. So the king said, you can take any amount of money until the sunset. The man was very happy. The man rushed home to share this with his wife. She was also excited and told him to go immediately. The man said, I can't go now. First give me lunch. I'm hungry. He ate the lunch. Fellow Toastmasters, one thing will always happen for men. The moment they eat the lunch, they need to take a nap. They can't work. After lunch, they need to take a nap. So that man went for a nap, saying there's plenty of time, we can go and get the money. He thought he can rest. It was late afternoon when we woke up and he decided to go to the palace. On the way, he saw a man doing some magic trick. You know, in India or in China, I have seen people will be attracted to some magician who will be doing some trick or who will be playing. He was attracted also and stopped there to watch. When the show was over, he walked to the palace. By this time, it was past sunset. It is 6 o'clock. The gate was closed. He was given an opportunity, but did not use it. He came with several excuses and took it for granted. Fellow Toastmasters, why I am telling this story? We are like that man. We say, oh, I have work. No. Kannan doesn't know. There is so much of work. He thinks that we can do everything properly. So fellow Toastmasters, don't come up with an excuse and try to postpone the things. If you want to accomplish something, for example, if anyone wants to do a master degree, do it immediately. If anyone wants to sign up for a Toastmaster speech, do it and then go and write the speech. If you tend to postpone, thinking that I will first edit the speech and then I will prepare and then I will sign up for a Toastmaster speech, you may not get there. Fellow Toastmasters, a latecomer may not succeed. A person who does everything will suffer. Children who come late to the school will miss the lesson. A latecomer may not be an effective leader. So let us not be late. I want to tell, I have talked to many people. Immediately they say, Kannan, you don't understand. My life has got so many problems. There are so many things I have to think about it. I want to talk about to those people. I want to share a story. Once again, I'm a story guy. I like to say everything through stories. I think most of my fellow Toastmasters knows every day I tell stories in every speech. I'm going to take you all to a philosophy class. There was a professor. He is standing in front of the students. He is going to start the class. He said, hey, this is a big minus glass jar. Can you see that? Oh, this is a jar. He filled everything with the golf balls. You know, golf balls, small balls like that. He filled everything with that. He asked, hey, tell me whether this jar is full. Everybody said, yeah, you can't put even one more golf ball. Everything is full. It's a glass jar. Everybody could see everything. So everybody said, it is full, all full. The professor then picked up box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jars lightly, then the pebbles rolled into the open areas, in between the golf ball, and it got settled. He then asked the students, "Hey, is the jar full?" Everybody said, yes, the jar is full. The professor next put a box of sand and poured it into the jar, and then shook the jar. The sand also went in and settled. He asked, "Is the jar full?" Everybody said, yes. The professor then put 2 beers, like everybody had a tiger beer. He took those tiger beer and pulled it on that. Fellow Toastmasters, now this is what I want to recognize. These are the things. We feel that we are always full. We don't have time. But see that the golf ball, it was full, but then it went, the pebbles went, the small stones went, then the sand went, then the beer also went. The same thing goes for our life. If you spend all your time and energy on the small stuff, you will never have room. You suppose, think that if you put first instead of golf ball, think that you put the sand first. If you put the pebble first, we will not be able to put the golf balls. So I want to say, yes, first come family and children. Spend time with your parents, spend time with your grandparents. That is the first priority. Take spouse to dinner, to dance, etc. That is also your priority. Then also take some time for you to shine. So, fellow Toastmasters, every time you need to be happy. I want to make sure that you spend your time, but you think whatever you want to do it properly. I think most of us feel, oh, we are very, Kanan is not sure. We are all having so many problems. We are not like that. We have problems. I'm going to tell you, I was traveling from USA to Singapore. Normally, I travel from USA to Singapore and Singapore to Madras. That is a flight I always take because I like the Singapore Airlines, very nice flights. In the flight, I was watching a documentary shown by the United Nations. Okay, it was produced by United Nations. I want to take a couple of things. I'm not able to ping the timer, but I can talk about that. I can talk for hours. Whenever you show me the time, I will stop. In Peru is a country in South America. There are so many islands that are connected to Peru. In those islands, they speak their island languages, whatever is their mother tongue. It is not Spanish, but Peru is a Spanish. So those kids learn to swim from the childhood. In each family, only one person can study, can go to school. The rest have to hunt the animals and take the birds. I'm talking about the people in island, okay? The students who want to go to school can study only in Spanish. There is no teacher in the island. So they have to spend some time in the school and learn Spanish and learn other subjects. Think that. And they have to make their own boat and go in that boat 1 hour. I'm talking about a small boy or small girl, and then 1 hour rowing the boat, go there, go to school, stop the boat, go to school, learn Spanish, learn the subjects, and then come back. While they are doing, other brothers and sisters, one in one family, okay? Other brothers and sisters try to get food and cook the mom cook the food. These are the challenges the children in Peru are undergoing. Peru means island in the Peru. We are blessed. We have so many things. We are in Singapore, very neat city, right? We do not have any problem. We are blessed. We can do anything, and we can do everything in online. If you want to enroll in studies, we can go and enroll in online. We can read. We can read masters. We can read graduation. We can specialize in any subject. We can be online Toastmasters. We are really blessed. Now, let me talk another story. This is the people in Nepal. In Nepal, you know that Nepal is a landlocked country. It is all in Himalayas. People have to go around and then go to the school because there is a river in between. So from one village to another village where there is a school, for every 6 or 7 villages, there will be one school. It's a hilly region. They will not have, every village will not have a school. So that the students in other village have to climb down and climb up to other village. So they have to go down. Himalayas very difficult to climb, and they are doing that for every day. So fellow Toastmasters, why I am saying this, all these things is because I want you all to think that we are really blessed. We have all the things available, but we need just a motivation. I know everybody is working hard. I understand that everybody is working hard. We do not have time. But if we stretch a bit, we can accomplish more. I encourage every one of you to take one step and a bit more. We have the potential, but we feel that we are stressed. If we take one more step, we can do wonders. Do not give up, citing reasons of overwork. We can take one more step, but we can be successful. Please become an active member of Singapore Toastmasters. We can accomplish great things in life. We can do wonders. We can improve ourselves. We can be great speakers. We can be great leaders. And Willie, our president Willie, has laid out opportunities for us. Let us utilize and let us be successful. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Kanan. Yes, we have to do it today, not tomorrow. Start now. Our next speaker is doing her pathway, strategic relationships, level 5, demonstrating expertise, lessons learned. The evaluator for this project is distinguished Toastmaster Un Sim Sim. May I ask the evaluator to read out for us the purpose statement of this project? Thank you.
Very good evening to everybody. The purpose of this project is for Angela to learn about and apply the skills needed to run a lessons learned meeting during a project or after its completion. The purpose of this speech is for Angela to share some aspect of her leadership experience and the impact of a lessons learned meeting. All the best to you, Angela.
Thank you. The speaker is allowed 5 to 7 minutes for her speech. At the end of 5 minutes, the green screen will be shown. At 6 minutes, the amber screen will be shown. And at 7 minutes, the red screen will be shown. And the speaker has 30 seconds to wrap up before the buzzer sound. The title of the speech is Moments of Truth at Online Club Officer Training. She teaches English and business English online and gives workshops. Her books include Wedding Speeches and Toasts, Quick Quotations, Who Said What, When. Her forthcoming ebook, Improve Your English with Angela. You can see her books and blogs online. Look at Travel with Angela Lansbury/blogspot.com. Let us welcome our speaker, Angela Lansbury. Angela, please.
Thank you. I just need to share my screen. The host has disabled the screen sharing, so I need screen sharing.
Zoom Master.
Okay, I've got it now.
Thank you.
Can you see my shared screen?
Yes.
Good. I can't see the timer. Just a moment. How do I get to see the timer?
If you could just scroll through the videos at the top of your screen, you can see timer and then pin that video, please.
Ah. Okay. Pin video. Hello? Now I've lost everybody. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
I've lost everything. I can't see the video or anybody.
Perhaps then if you unpin the video and then but just keep the timer within your view.
I can't even see the screen. I don't know where it's gone. Ah, here it is. It's on my other screen. Ah, okay. Sorry, I've got to move it away. Okay, that's all right. Thank you very much. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, honoured guests. I'm delighted to tell you the secrets to what I have learned, the lessons learned from presenting Moments of Truth. I presented Moments of Truth as part of a club officer training to a club when I was area director. Those of you who are members of Toastmasters will know that a Toastmasters club is run by a committee, and the committee at the beginning of the year are trained by a club officer training. This particular club was unable to attend the other club officer trainings because many of them were at work and the dates didn't suit them. And so I was called upon to do a club officer training online. This was a first for them, a first for me being online, and also my first club officer training. The other thing that was unusual about it was that normally at a club officer training, it's a 3-hour event and you have 3 different people taking an hour slot each. I was doing the whole thing. Now I'll show you a picture of the whole group. This is, I only just loaded this up and it's a bit truncated. This will give you an idea of the team. However, this is what we normally see now. This is not what I saw. All I saw was the president, and I listened to the others as if they were on a radio program, because what happened was the place they were due to meet, which was the community centre, could not give them a room with Wi-Fi. So what they did was they met down in the cafe below. So at the last moment, I found myself not seeing any of them except the president. Now, what were the lessons I learned from this? The first thing is you need to have a list of all the participants, know their names, know what they look like, and be able to recognize their voices so that when you hear them, you know who is speaking. Otherwise, it's just a jumble and you don't know who to thank and whether to go on to somebody else. You don't know when the VPE is speaking, that's the Vice President of Education, when the President is speaking, and you can't manage the meeting and go from person A to person B to person C unless you have a list of them and you know in which order you're going to call upon them, and you can recognize their voices when they interrupt each other. So that was one of the first lessons learned. What else did I discover? I discovered that Toastmasters Moments of Truth is available online and is a slideshow, and the Moments of Truth is a review of what the club does well and how people see it when they walk in. For example, when they walk in, is there a welcome desk? This is slightly different to what I'd done earlier in the meeting, which was to take each member of the committee and ask them what they thought they should do. Now I'll go on to some of the other lessons I learnt. When I tried to present the slides to them, we couldn't share the screen. I mean, even today I had trouble sharing the screen. Then you can imagine our very first online meeting, and they were sitting in a cafe in a community centre. There was no chance of me sharing a screen with my slides. The lesson I'd already learnt was that if you have slides, in case there is a problem, you print them off. I had done that, and I was able to, I couldn't show the printed version any more than I could show the slide version. However, I could read out the questions to them. So that was a lesson I'd learned in advance, and that was what I learned from that event. Now, some other things I learned at the end. I went back and I said to them, what did they think of the whole event? They said they thought they would have liked more time in a breakout session. I was reluctant to give them time in a breakout session because I thought that I should be speaking or listening to them for 3 hours, and I wasn't happy with them all talking amongst themselves with me not being able to hear what was going on. But the feedback I got later was they would have liked more of a breakout session. The other thing which happened was they said, oh, could we dispense with the 15-minute break and end the meeting early because we've all got families waiting for us? And my immediate reaction was, no, you can't do that. Toastmasters International says you have to have 3 hours of training, even if 15 minutes of that is you're talking to each other. So they replied, but those of us who don't have to rush off, which is about half of us, can sit continuing to discuss what we've done in this meeting afterwards. Wouldn't that be all right? So I couldn't really argue. If they weren't willing to stay, I couldn't make them. So I said, all right, yes. However, by the time I asked them for their feedback and they thanked me and we arranged when we were going to meet up again, the 15 minutes had gone past, so they had the 3 hours. Those are the lessons that I learnt from this whole event. And I think for you to remember, the lessons are: plan everything in advance, know the people who are going to be at the event, have everything printed off. If you can, rehearse the whole thing, reading it through, even though it's 3 hours, because most of it will just be link work. And run through the slides and rehearse them as well. Those are my lessons. And finally, get feedback afterwards for next time. I got the feedback and I was very happy that I had achieved my event. And I'd like you to give me feedback on this as well. Thank you very much. If you want any more information from me, please contact me. I'm Angela Lansbury. Please vote for me. Bye-bye. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Angela. We've just finished our speech segment. We shall have another 10 minutes break for, oh, hold on. Sorry, no. Oh, yes, sorry. We shall have 10 minutes break for the evaluator to prepare their evaluation before we come back again. It's now 11:05, so 10 minutes, 11:15. Let's come back at 11:15. Okay? Thank you. Speech evaluation segment. Each speech evaluator is given 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, the green screen will be shown. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, the amber screen will be shown. At 3 minutes, the red screen will be shown. The evaluator has 30 seconds to wrap up his or her evaluation before the buzzer sounds. Our evaluator for the speech given by Patrick Guilford is an entrepreneur, coach, and speaker by profession and passion. He is privileged to have the opportunity to speak internationally on financial management, business growth, and life mastery. Let us put our hands together to welcome Thomas Chan. Thomas, please.
All right, amazing day, ladies and gentlemen, especially to Patrick. Patrick, you are a one-man army because you are able to play the different roles of an ancient army. Why would I say so? First off, you are an archer. You were actively shooting arrows at the audience, volunteering them for table topics. And that's great because when people stop volunteering as the table topic master, you have to do the volunteering or there will be this awkward silence. And by volunteering them, you are giving them an opportunity to practice as well as keeping them engaged. Buckley is a very good archer as well, so you can be acquainted with her, just for your info. Secondly, you are also a bomber because you cause us to explode with laughter. You were using familiar references like Sith Lord to reference it to Willy, how accurate of that, and also coffee and other things. So this humorous slant to your table topics add a light-hearted atmosphere and makes it very pleasant. It was indeed an enjoyable and enriching experience, and I'm certain all of us had a great time. Thank you for that. And not forgetting that Patrick is also a commander. He commanded the crowd with his enthusiasm and energy. After each table topic speaker, he also gave positive and supportive feedback so that he can motivate and elevate everyone to do better the next time. So he was really very engaging, very positive, very supportive. Marks of an amazing table topic master. Now I'd love to give some recommendations so that your army will be undefeated. So Patrick, firstly, I encourage you to harness the power of PowerPoint because the topics you shared were a little bit complicated, so the audience may not be immediately able to capture it, all right? So you can use slides to add your topics to it so that we can constantly take reference with these different topics. Not only that, you can use the slides to add colors and flavors by putting in pictures relevant to the topic. For example, the Sith Lord, the coffee beans, etc. I would want to promote an upcoming PowerPoint workshop, but I'm afraid Willie will kick me off the chat, so I shall not do it. Still roasting. All right, next up, what I will encourage you to do, Patrick, is to share with us some sample structures of how we can tackle table topics itself, because I noticed some of the audience, they are new. So they may have no idea what table topics is about. So to start off, we can give some sample structure which we can all take reference from. For example, the Pratt model, the pendulum format, the zoom in format. These are some models you can share so that we can be more guided through the process. Overall, a job well done, Patrick. You are indeed an amazing archer because you are actively shooting table topics arrows at us. You are also a bomber because you cause us to explode with laughter. And not forgetting that you are definitely a commander because you have an amazing command of the crowd with your engagement, with your humor, with your energy, amazing. So consider to harness the power of PowerPoint so that the format will be clearer and we can follow suit with the topic, as well as give us some suggested structure for us to follow suit. And I'm sure you will be an amazing speaker and commander of public speaking. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, energetic Thomas Chen. Before I go to the second evaluator, may I just go back a little bit? Can we all please vote for the best speaker? Have we done that? Can the Zoom master please put the poll for voting of the best speaker?
It has been completed, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Our evaluator for the speech given by distinguished Toastmaster Kanan Sankara is a financial services consultant, past president of AIA Toastmasters Club. She believes that the skills acquired from effective communication to decisive leadership are skills applicable in all contexts, from home to school to work. We run together on this new journey. Let us put our hands together to welcome evaluator Margaret Low. Margaret, please.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, Jennifer Lim. Thank you for the kind introduction. Good evening, Club President, once again, our guests, and especially to Kanan Sakaran. Kanan, you started your speech with a very familiar anecdote on time. It immediately became clear to me that your speech is about effective time management. You were an excellent master storyteller, telling us story after story, and at the end of each, you draw valuable lessons from it. You paid attention to draw stories from different cultures to reach out to the diversity of the audience in this room, and I appreciate and applaud you for that. You appeared confident and was able to capture the audience interest. You also delivered a very strong conclusion. You summarized your points. You called on the audience to act on stop giving excuses for themselves and to act on their visions, their goals immediately. And what was really a treat was that you reinforced how Toastmasters was able to help each and every one of us in doing that. And I applaud you for all of that. Now, I would suggest that you work on a couple of things. And one is at the start of your speech to pin the timer so that you can be conscious of the time. As a professional speaker, that will give you credibility. Being conscious of the time and being able to rehearse ahead of your presentation so that you know exactly how much time your entire speech will take, rather than to inform the audience, I will stop when the timer tells me to, because that gives us the impression that, maybe we haven't had a feel of the timing yet. So certainly adding credibility is a step that we will need to have in place in order to move on to the professional platform. I would like you to challenge yourself to structure your speech in such a way that you have no more than 3 stories, build on them and draw lessons, valuable lessons from them. We appreciate the multiple stories, but have in mind only 3 so that you have enough time to build on them and the audience will be able to remember the 3 lessons learned from it. And a recommendation to transit from one story to another with a pause. Consider using a change of tone as you transit from one to another, instead of telling the audience, I'm going to tell you a story, because we already know that we are on a journey of listening to your stories. In conclusion, I'd like to commend you on being a master storyteller. You captivated the audience with all your stories. To add credibility as a professional speaker, have a clear structure of not more than 3 stories,
transit smoothly, and you concluded very well with a summary of your message. Of course, reinforcing the lesson of Toastmasters. Congratulations, you can now move on to a professional level. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Margaret. Our final evaluator for the speech given by Angela Lansbury is a civil servant. She believes that life is not about doing many things. Sorry, it's not about doing many different things, but doing things differently. Let us put our hands together to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Un Sim Sim. Distinguished Toastmaster Un, please.
Greetings to the President of Singapore Online Club, Toastmaster of the Day, Angela Lansbury, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Lansbury, I'm always captivated by the clarity in your communication of the spoken word, in your interesting vocal variety. I have always a lot of things to learn from you. And you have done well, as usual, in all these areas. However, I would like to make a few suggestions for improvement. First, this speech is supposed to be related to your experience as a leader. However, as I listen to your speech, the lessons learned seem to be related more with like logistics, about planning and rehearsing and running through the slides. As listeners of your speech, we hope to hear more about your lessons learned with regard to skills that good leaders need. So perhaps you could have tell us something about the lessons learned with regard to more about strategic thinking, persuasion and influence, project management, people management, for example, motivating them towards certain vision that you as their area director has got to do. Secondly, the slides that you have projected, you have shown the Toastmasters what the moments of truth are, but it would have been better if you could have captured the lessons learned, your reflections, and the solutions that arose from your reflections on the slides, so that we have a better understanding. Thirdly, there's this echo in your projected voice, probably due to the mic in your laptop. Hence, this echo somewhat mar the smooth communication of your ideas, and at certain point it does hamper my understanding of the points we're trying to bring across. So overall, Angela, you are always have been a very good speaker with clear speech, your vocal variety, your ability to engage the audience with your mesmerizing voice. So if you could also be able to take into consideration some of these points, you would bring a level of speech up to a higher level. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Un Sim Sim. And I'm sure Angela picked up a lot of points from you. Timers report. Yeah, okay. Everyone is qualified. So may I ask everyone to vote, please, for the best evaluator.
Lee, may I know the timing for my speaker?
Margaret, is that the
Yes.
second speaker?
Second speaker, Kanan. What was his timing?
18 minutes, 54 seconds.
18 minutes. Thank you.
Are we all done? 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are close. Thank you. We have reached almost to the end of this chapter meeting. I shall pass the baton now back to the president to present the awards for Best Table Topic Speaker, Best Speaker, and Best Evaluator. President, please. Willie. President Willie Low.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Toastmaster Medal Toastmaster Jennifer Lee. The best table topic speaker go to Margaret Rowe. The best prepared speaker go to Kana Sakara, who is also our member of Singapore Online. And the best evaluator is now under that our Mr. Chen, Mr. Thomas Chen. Okay, just some announcement coming for the Toastmaster. Okay, Alicia. We want to congratulate Vienna Cha for achieving Presentation Mastery 1 and Patrick Guilford for completing his level 3 in engaging humor. Well done, everyone. We look forward to see all the members receive their awards as well. I mean, contributing to the Singapore Online Club. As a speaker, we are trained to receive good and bad feedback. Do you know how to take the good and bad feedback? The evaluator role is to give the speaker constructive feedback that will help them improve. Do we know how to differentiate whether which one to take? So we must learn how to use discernment so that we can learn the ability to judge which thing of a particular kind are good and which are bad. Let me share with you a past experience I have. Sometimes the evaluator will say that you did not do well. Actually, what we have achieved because the evaluator expectation of the feedback was of a different kind. For example, they have prepared the speeches as according to the project speech, what they want to do. Like for example, they want to improve on vocabulary, but the evaluator focus on speech delivery. So what shall the speaker do? For me, I just continue to do my next speech and improve on what I have led, or I ask some other people feedback. In the past, I was so angry, saying, how come the evaluator did not give me the feedback I want? Because in Toastmaster, we are all focused on delivery. We did not focus on project objective. I mean, what the speaker wants. So I would like all the evaluator, whether you and the speaker, to communicate how they want to be, what kind of feedback they want to receive. The open, they want, okay, what is speech delivery? That is opening, body, and closing. That is speech delivery. What is project objective? It's the skill that we want to achieve. For example, today, Patrick G was doing a project on active listening. So Patrick need to listen properly to the audience. What is the topic they're supposed to speak, or do the evaluator focus on what is needed? With actually the thing we have to take note is communication. The speaker need to communicate early with the assigned evaluator in advance so that the speaker will, the evaluator will know what are the speaker want to be evaluated. Not about, that's where we receive good and bad feedback. I mean, a lot of people got what's the word to use? They were so distracted, they were so angry, say, I cannot judge what is correct or wrong. We only know that the speaker, the evaluator is touching me on points that I want to listen. So communication falls apart in discernment, that we need to learn how to communicate, and then where we can judge whether this kind of feedback is good or bad. And my last point is, thank you to all Singapore Online and guests who have taken part, who have given me the birthday celebration, which I never expected to receive. I was surprised of the birthday cake, although I have a small one the day before. But I really would like to thank one person for the cup. That is the Vice President of Education, Alicia Cha, who have taken the effort to organize such event, although it was a last minute. I think it's a last minute arrangement because she never give me heads up. It was a surprise for me to that night.
No, it has been planned since 1 month before already. Strategized everything, arranged properly.
So fellow Toastmaster, remember to communicate with your speaker for evaluator. For speaker, remember to evaluate with your evaluator on Friday morning. That is the best, or Thursday at least, because Singapore Online program sheet closes on every Wednesday 9 p.m. So you all have time to communicate. If not, our dear BPE Alicia Chow will be have to chase people, have to build a bridges across the speaker, because the roles that will help you to be discernment in your judgment, in your feedback to the speaker, especially to evaluator. Thank you, and have a nice weekend ahead. Good night.